Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome back. Mr. Baxter's Learning Channel is your place to be. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Welcome back to the Baxter B Digital Learning Hive. It is Tuesday, April the 28th, 2020, and we're about to do a little reading action. Keep looking at those non-fiction books, and we're going to be using our new strategy, all right? But first, we need to gather ourselves around for reading, all right? So boys and girls, let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Hey, we are gathering on our phones and our screens. Everyone is here now. This is our own space now. We are here. We are here to rock some reading knowledge, all right? We've gathered ourselves up. And now it's time to discuss where we're going and how we're going to get there. Let's zoom in. All right, where we're going today, guys. Where we're going is I can learn from my nonfiction books. Makes sense to me. I can learn from those nonfiction books. We know as avid readers that nonfiction books are teaching books or information books. And how we're going to get there today, the way we show what we know, is I can discuss what I learned in my books, and we'll be using that KWL strategy. Remember, that's what we know, what we wonder, and what we learned. All right, so let's take a quick look at what makes a book nonfiction. Not enough just to look at where we're going and how we're going to get there, but let's figure out what makes a book nonfiction. Well, guys, look, nonfiction books teach about something. Whoa! No wonder we're going to be learning from them, because they teach about something. Nonfiction books also tell us facts. A lot of those important facts come in our bold words, your vocabulary. Nonfiction books use real pictures or photographs so that we can get a good look at what it's supposed to be teaching about. And nonfiction books, remember, tell us a true story. Like if it's a history book about something that actually happened, it's going to be telling us that true story. All right, now we have read lots of nonfiction books together. Biggity Tickety's hanging on to some of them for us. Look, we've read Spring. We have read A Carpenter's Tool. We just read that one this week. We have read Fishy Tales, all about different fish that we learned about. And we also read, we are going to read Honeybees. Now, we've read this one in Mr. Baxter's class before, but being that we are busy buzzing bees, and this is a nonfiction teaching book, I thought that we would read this one to finally discuss everything that we've been learning in all of these nonfiction books. Now, you guys will have a chance to do a seesaw activity with all these nonfiction books where you're going to pick one of these and you're going to fill out that KWL chart. All right? So let's take a look at our... You hold on to those for us, Rickety Tickety. And remember, this is the one we'll be reading today. So first, let's look at our avid readers' anchor charts. Let's angle this guy down. Remember, avid nonfiction readers think wow. We think wow about all the things we're learning. We also ask questions, because while we're learning, we're going to be asking like, huh? Why do they do that? Why in the world? When? How? What? Where? Do what? All of these questions help us to understand or learn what we're reading. And then also, we're going to start using our fancy topic words. I bet we'll see pollen and nectar in our story today. All right? Take a look. Avid nonfiction readers, we got to make sure we're asking our 3 questions the whole time. Does it look right? We'll check our picture. Does it sound right? We'll check our letters. And does it make sense? Are we understanding what we're reading? Now, avid nonfiction readers have lots of jobs to do, but our most important is really paying attention to our books. Okay? We really pay attention to the real photographs and we really pay attention to our words so that we can learn from our nonfiction books. And as we've been showing, we are going to use some book talk power to be discussing what we learned in our nonfiction books. Now we have a tool that is going to help us discuss what we've learned, and that tool is a KWL chart. You're exactly right, where we discuss what we already know, what we wonder about our book, so it gets our brains thinking, gets us warmed up, and then we can discuss what we learned. All right? Now, remember, we've already filled out one of these charts on our Carpenter's Tools, and then we're going to use this chart today to discuss all of our books, all of our nonfiction books, to talk about what we have been learning. All right? So I will get this out of the way. And I will angle ourselves back up. And then we are going to read the book Honeybees all together, okay? So I'll slide to the other side. Ah! Books down! Rickety-tickety throwing books at me. He's an excellent reading partner, guys, but he's not that good at holding on to things because he doesn't have any hands. All right, there's the book. All right, we are going to read the book Honeybees all together. Honeybees. Here is that cool page in a nonfiction book that's called the Table of Contents. Shows us what we're going to be seeing in our book. All right. Now, look at these cool pictures. Honeybees have stripes. Man, did you guys know honeybees have stripes? I know that honeybees work together. Honeybees have 2 antennas. Look at that label in the real photograph pointing to the 2 antennas. Those antennae are very important for our honeybees. You know how I know? It's a bold word and they put that label in the picture. Take a look here. Honeybees have 4 wings. I did not know that. That is something that I learned. Honeybees have 5 eyes. Look over here, guys. Look at their labels. I'm showing 1, 2, 3 small eyes and 1, 2 large eyes. Did you guys know that they had 5 eyes? Whoa! Does that make you think, wow? It sure does me. Honeybees live in hives. Guys, we already knew that, right? Honeybees live in hives. We in Baxter Bees, we're in Mr. Bee's hive. We're all bees. We already knew that one, right? Honeybees live in hives. Honeybees collect pollen and nectar. There's those fancy words. Honeybees collect pollen and nectar from flowers. Now, does that part make you start to think of the W for your wonder? Do you wonder what they do with that pollen and nectar? That'd be a great thing for you to put in the W part of your KWL chart. I wonder, what do they do with the pollen and the nectar? Honeybees carry pollen on their legs in pollen baskets. Whoa, look at that cool picture, guys. Look at the pollen stuck to the pollen baskets on the bee's legs. Man, they transfer them from one side to the other. Wow, this makes me think, wow. Honeybees drink nectar from flowers with their proboscis. Whoa, proboscis. What a big word. Let's take a look over at the picture to see if we can make that make sense. I see the proboscis. It's like a long tongue or like a very long tube that goes down into the flower and lets the honeybee get the nectar. Oh, now it's going to answer our question. Honeybees use nectar to make honey in their hives. Wow! I thought that they were just carrying that nectar because it was delicious. I never knew how they made that yummy honey for us. But it's using the nectar. And here is our glossary page, guys, with all of our important words to know, or our vocabulary. All right, so take a look. Look at this KWL chart. Let's talk about something we already knew. Now, I'm not going to fill this one out for you because I want you guys to do it, but we will talk our way through a KWL chart really quick, okay? Something we already knew about bees. I'll tell you what. I know that bees live in hives and work together. That's what I would put in what I already know about bees. And then let's talk about what we wondered, or what it got you thinking. Well, guys, I know that bees collected pollen, but I wondered what they did with that pollen, or what they did with that nectar. So that's what I would write in the what I wonder part of my KWL chart. And then we can talk about what we learned. Well, in looking at the book, do you remember the page that showed us what they did with the nectar? What did they do? Right, they made that yummy, sticky, sweet honey with the nectar. So that is something that I learned about honeybees, and that's what I would put there in my KWL chart. So guys, using the KWL chart,